Good boy. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Let's do this real quick. Come on, you going up? No. Uno, dos. Oh, rim. Tres. Oh, headlight. Another beautiful packaging. To me, honestly, everything looks good. Beautiful! Let's see how bad this wheel is scratched. They're saying it's slightly scratched, curb brush, but this is the only option I have. There's no rims at all. And the rear one, I was hunting for the rear one half a year or more. And I finally found the rear one. I'm hoping it's gonna be here in a week or so. So this is the front one, and I believe this one 10-inch wide, plus 40 or minus 40 offset. It's a 612 style, which is really rare and really expensive. I think this is the most expensive rims that I saw stock off of the BMW. Just a slight over here. Other than that, this will polish it out, this will polish it out. Only this, but again, this can be done, no problem. 21 by 10 plus 40. And rear one is 21 by, what is it, by 12, I believe. Made in Taiwan. Then why they're so expensive? It's made in Taiwan. This rim is 2018. Honestly, not bad at all. I was expecting way worse. If it's just only this, 10 minutes. That's nothing. And again, I can repower code them, which is no biggie. I have companies that can repower code them for me. Man, beautiful. I like those rims. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. As you can tell, I'm continuing working on my wife's BMW X6M that I almost finished. That started like 2.5 years ago. Anyway, it's not about that. It's just some information for new people, because my Chevy video brought 10,000 new subs. So welcome guys. My project that I've been doing for my wife for past 2.5 years. Today, you saw I unpacked the packages. The wheel came in, and I don't know if you heard me. I knew there were some curb brushes, but looks like this is it, which is gonna be easy fix, and I can easily blend that. I don't have to repaint the whole wheel. I might gonna repaint it with a different color, pot coat it actually, but right now I'm just gonna leave it like it is. I'm not gonna be using those rims until spring, because I want to use those rims with the studded snow tires. It's current winter and we live on the hill, and we need studded tires, because otherwise we're not gonna be able to make it. Also, I received my third headlight. Yes, third headlight. Second one on the way back to Florida. They can keep it. This headlight is actually mint. I don't know, they might buff it out a little, but the lens is so clean. LEDs lights right there. Nothing broken. Everything is here. Proper module. So I'm gonna be able to get this headlight off, put it on eBay, or maybe one of you guys need it. Hit me up. $700 and it's yours. You pay for shipping. That's why I said $700. All the modules there. You do whatever you want with it. You want to resell it on eBay? Go for it. I don't care. $700 and it's yours with all the modules, and you saw it's working. The vehicle up, get the front bumper off, and realign the steering rack. Because in order for me to have a straight steering wheel, let me show you. That's exactly why I'm not popping the airbag in, just because am I gonna have to have access to the bolt behind this. Oh man, full start for the boys. Let's put it. Yeah, she's loud, even though it's stock. So check this out, guys. See, the steering wheel is straight, but if you come outside, you can see the tires are slightly turned. So, and this one, I don't know. Maybe this is adjustable on the alignment. Maybe, maybe not. But I don't think that I will do not the research. I will look into it, and that's actually a good idea. That might be outer and inner outer tie rod. That's interesting. You know, I'm gonna get a string. I'm gonna align the wheels, front wheels with the rear wheels, and see if it's that. If that's the case, that means the steering rack actually, not the steering rack, steering column attached to the steering rack properly. I'm really hoping for, because there is not a whole lot of space underneath there to move, to be able to do that. So let's grab a jack and start this episode. Alright, I think I found where the problem is. You see how this wheel badly turned? I mean, technically they're bolt-ons supposed to be turned like that. So I think I found the problem. I remember when I was rebuilding this rack, I probably did not middle it out, so it would be dead in the center. And because there's a motor and it connect this motor right here, I don't know if you can tell, but it connects over the belt here, and there's gears. That means when I install the belt, connect the steering rack to the motor, I believe the steering rack turned that way a little more, and when I hook up to the motor, now like that. So in order to zero it out, I might gonna have to get there somehow, which is unreal probably. I mean, I remember that was a long time ago. Am I gonna have a slight chance to get it somehow in there from this area right here? Which I kinda doubt. Maybe by taking this plate we'll have more access, but there's more stuff on the way, and it's actually more of a towards here. So I don't know, and you can see how much their play is. So I'm gonna try align it by loosening this bolt and screwing this out and that one in, and hopefully that way I can align it and I won't have a angle sensor code. Because the reason I'm thinking this is the option, because I checked my steering rack, which is over there, and let me try to zoom in on it. If you look inside there, right there, see the notch lines up with the gouge or whatever. So that means steering rack connect to the column properly. Unless if it's connected on properly way on top over there, which I don't believe so. I think every column and every steering rack have a special insert so you don't insert it wrong way. At least I noticed that on the newer GMs, but I'm actually gonna be surprised if BMW doesn't do that. So let's try align it, see if it's possible, then go from there. So guys, I tried and did everything that I can, and this wheel, you can see, still points out this way, even though this one is somewhat straight or points out this way a little. There's none, I didn't do a whole lot on this side, but this side is torqued all the way in, so there's no mark. So that leads me to to try it out and change the angle on the steering wheel. But you can't do that because behind the nut over there, bolt actually, there's same marks as I showed you guys over there. There's you cannot install otherwise. So there's one last thing left to do, try it for me before I'm gonna try. Why it's so dirty? Before I'm gonna try mess with the steering rack, cause to mess with the steering rack I'm gonna have to lower the whole subframe. That means a lot of work, which I'm not looking forward to do. There's one more thing to do. Over here, behind there, I already made enough space for myself. You can see, can you see? Let me try zoom in. See that bolt over there? Let me try to focus on it. See? So I'm hoping if I can get loose this bolt, what is it, 8 or 10, and this is slidable, and hopefully I can slide it, make a wheel straight, and put it back. And I'm really hoping there's no special slot to go in. Otherwise, I'm gonna be screwed because I'm gonna need to do more work. But at least some haters gonna be happy that it's not that simple, it's not that easy, as they say, hey, right? So at least haters gonna be happy. Hey, it's okay, it's alive. I'll get it done, no matter what. Oh man, my hands won't fit there. So guys, the verdict is I'm gonna have to drop the subframe and pull out the steering rack and readjust left and right. Man, that's kind of bummer. Over there, you can only install one way. On the bottom, you can only attach it one way. Steering wheel, you can only attach it one way. So right now I will put the vehicle back into the air. I'm gonna start working towards pulling this steering rack back out and readjust it. Oh well, it needs to be done. Let's just get it done and continue to the next task. Oh man, finally I did this. You guys probably have so many questions why I didn't do this way, that way, this way, because it's gonna involve so much disassembly. It's gonna involve disassembly half a car, which I didn't want to do. You might ask why I didn't pull out the shock, because in order to pull out the shock I need to disassemble everything again to get to the bolts, because bolts under the plastic, and so on continues. Pull out the brake, that means I'm gonna have to bleed it. I mean, I could have just got brake, put it on the side, hang it, but I choose to do with assembly. I think it's easier for myself. And what I have to do is I had to lose all the bolts, get this three completely apart, bring it down get the motor mount off. I mean, get the nut off so the motor mount will disconnect from the engine, and then raise the engine up, lowers the side of a subframe. There is enough space to be just like that in order not to damage anything, because right now everything starts getting so tight, especially all those hoses, and that will give you some space to wiggle around, to pull it out like so. It's not gonna be easy, but way faster, way easier than pulling everything apart, bleeding whole system, everything. I mean, it's gonna be insane amount of work to do it by a book. This worked out, so I'm glad. Now let's see what I need to do with this. Since like this, it says it's straight, but it's not. So that means I'm gonna have to get this nut out, and there's another nut. Lose this cap, pull it out, and get this pin or whatever you want to call this, and pull it out and move it, I believe this way. No, move it that way more, probably 2 or 3 clicks. When I'm gonna bring it back, bring this back, this probably, I don't know, I just need to bring this inside more, and I don't know what's that gonna be involved in order to do that. Let's just try it out. So guys, let me update you on this steering rack. You saw I took it apart completely. First reason why I took it apart, first reason is to find how properly it sits, and I actually found it by looking at this thing. This thing sits like this, and you also can see on the bottom over there, there's some kind of pin, and I believe this is what reads the steering angle sensor. By placing this there, I thought this pin is supposed to be somewhere in the middle, but then when I pull this out of this where'd that case over there, and start looking at this thing, I'm like, this looks suspicious. I think this is where it reads. So boom, I put it there, and it's actually showed me that I need to switch it there. But you saw I was fighting with this to try to twist it, and I'm like, what's going on? It's not supposed to be like that. I thought that I over tightened the motor, so I free up the motor, and it spins like nothing. And I'm like, okay, the problem is not there. Start looking in here, I was trying to get this thing out of here, but so you guys just know, don't do that. If you're gonna ever take this rocker pinion apart, don't try to pull this out, because there's the bearings, and you're gonna have a fun time to fit them back over there, because it's loose bearings, and they are actually spinning in this curves inside, and as soon as you try and pull it out, because it's something stops there, they're trying to come out from here. And you guys saw me sitting there. That's what I was exactly doing, putting all those bushings back. Then I realized there's another part which you can get into, and there's this thing. This is what pushes the steering rack down, pinion. You see this spot, nice spot right here. Let me just, I can't turn it by hand. So anyway, inside there, it's like this. So it pushes this side in there, because there's a drive in here, and when you're spinning this, that spins there, so it doesn't break any teeth. That's why this sits there and bearing is over here. So this is how it looks from the older one. See, this piece goes inside like so, and it comes out over there, see, and it pushes rocker pinion inside, and then we have spring, right, and the cover. So I replaced the spring. This came out of this rocker pinion, but I believe this spring is too hard, and that's why it was hard to do it. Now I replaced with the original one, and you can actually move it back and forth fairly easily. Let's put everything back and maybe even call it a day. I'm tired. This is my second day. We'll see. Let's just get it back together and see if I'm gonna have enough power to do so. Yes, I did it.
Everything back together, everything is attached, everything is tight, and I already went ahead
And start the engine, turn the wheel. Now wheel turns perfectly. Before you could feel like a slight, like little clicks, you know, when you're turning, especially when you're putting in the sport mode, sport plus. It just, there's a slight clicks, and since, I mean, it's probably would have been gone, but I'm glad this didn't line up and I had to take it apart, because now I actually understood more of this rack and pinion. And yes, it was painful to pull it out, but I'm glad I had to, because I learned something new and I fixed the problem right away. Even though my wasn't a problem, after a while it would probably send, I don't know, it would, maybe, you know, actually it would probably would be a problem. Then I would be disassembling whole car again. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Actually, it's a bummer that this took me a day and a half to fix this issue. Oh well, it is what it is at this point. Still waiting for parts. Yes, some parts I can install, yes, but hey, this is not like your average rebuild. This is custom built. Yes. So I'm gonna wrap it up this episode right here. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button. You wanna see inside scoop, check out my Instagram. Other than that, I'll catch you next one.